Welcome to Fast Math Solutions on Maths with EJD. In this video, I'll be considering this very interesting problem. Find f prime of x if f of x is equal to cosec x. Find f prime of x if f of x is equal to cosec x. Okay, so of course, the first thing you want to take care of is the idea of cosec x. What is cosec x? All right. So first of all, you need to understand that cosec x is the same thing as the reciprocal of sine x. Cosec x is the reciprocal of sine x. So it means that here we're talking about f of x being the same as 1 over sine x, and that is the same thing as sine x raised to power minus 1. Again, I keep warning, don't you ever mistake sine x raised to power minus 1 for arc sine of x, because this is actually the reciprocal. This is the reciprocal, while this is the inverse. Extremely important to understand that. It's so important to understand that this is inverse, and while this is reciprocal. So in this case, we are dealing with the reciprocal, right? So you have, of course, for easier handling, right? You may want to say y is equal to sine x raised to power minus 1. And of course, this is looking like uh, what you can use function of a function for, or what you can call chain rule. So if you want to go chain rule with this, you can say that um, you can make substitutions. So you say let u or whatever you choose be equal to sine x. That simply implies that du dx is equal to cos x. So, and if that is the case, then you can go back to where you came from. You can go back to y and then say y is equal to u raised to power minus 1. And to differentiate, then that also implies that dy du is equal to, so to differentiate u raised to power minus 1, right? The power comes down. So you have minus 1 times the original u minus 1, right? Which is the same thing as minus u raised to power minus 2. And then don't forget, your u initially was sine x. So you have minus, of course, you can also say 1 over u squared, okay? And then you remind yourself that u is the same thing as sine x. So you have 1 over sine x raised to power 2, and that is minus 1 over sine squared x. All right. So that's 1 over minus 1 over sine squared x. So now you have du dx to be cos x. And then now you have dy du to be minus 1 over sine squared x. But what you actually need is dy dx, because f prime of x means df dx or dy dx, right? Now that you have called it y. So you now say, so dy dx is equal to dy du times du dx. So having stated this, then you can put everything together to get what you need to get. So now dy dx is all this, right? And then we can go back and put everything together. Okay, so now dy dx is then the same thing as dy du, which is minus 1 over sine squared x times du dx. Don't forget, du dx is cos x. So that is cos x. So that is the same thing as minus 1 over, okay, well, that's like minus 1 over sine x multiplied by cos x all over sine x. So you split the sine squared x into 2, and then you have sine x like that. And what is minus 1 over sine x? You remember that is where we came from, with where dealing with cosec, and we already found that cosec is the inverse, is the reciprocal rather of sine x. So minus 1 over sine x again goes back to being okay. We write cosec as CSC in this case. Cosec x. In some places you can write it as COSEC. So minus cosec x, then cos over sine is cot x. Okay. So that's your result. So you can now conclude that therefore, if f of x is equal to cosec x, then f prime of x is equal to minus cosec x cot x cot x. I guess that's too close to the boundary. Let me do this. So then f prime of x actually is minus cosec x cot x. Okay. Then I have a fast check I always like you to do, right? So, you have f of x equals cosec x. Should I call this check or the shortcut to that? Let me try to change the color to show that it's something totally different. Okay, so now you have f of x to be equal to cosec x, which we agree is the same thing as f prime of, oh, sorry, which we agree is the same thing as f of x equals uh 1 over sine x, right? And which we also agree we can write as sine x all raised to the power of minus 1. So, to do this, to get f prime of x, right? Three things. Okay, let me still do the color coding thing. Right? So let's go black. Okay. So you have f prime of x now to be equal to bring down the power, which is minus 1, times differentiate what is in the bracket. That's differentiate sine x, you get cos x, right? Then multiplied by what you had originally, sine x, but reduce the power by 1. That's minus 1 minus 1, that's minus 2. And then you still get the same thing like before. So you have minus cos x all over sine squared x. And then again, you have minus cos x all over sine x times times 1 over sine x. So anyhow you want to do that. So that's like minus cot x cosec x. Anyone that comes first is fine. So you see again that if you differentiate cosec x, you get minus cot x cosec x. Thank you so much for listening. If you have not subscribed to this channel, be sure to do that because you have these videos coming your way all the time and you don't want to miss out on them at all. All right. See you in the next one where I bring your way another nice one. All right.